Or, you could say it's Ryan, and I could say and Rizzo.
Okay.
I don't know. And then you could start talking.
Oh, I just started recording, so we could just use that and just keep going with the show because it's episode 11.
It's episode 12.
Oh, yeah. Sorry,
Well,
I was
it's
thinking
11 was-
12, but I said 11. I don't know why I said 11.
Okay. I used to do that, and then now you do it, so that's good. Like, at least I sort of... One of us is in, like, knowing what's going on.
I do that with my age as well.
That you're 11?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm always
okay.
11. No,
I mean,
like, I'm 39 right now. In like 2 months, I will be like, am I 40 yet? Because it's like 6 months in, I
year
just
is it?
automatically jump to the next. I'm like, what am I classified as now?
Because your birthday is April, right? Or May. It's one of the two. And then is your anniversary April? Okay, I knew it was like both of those. I
Yeah.
couldn't remember which one. And
Same
it's like
day, same day, different month.
27.
Correct.
Okay, cool.
Yar. Birthday's easy. Just think, when is Memorial Day? It's around Memorial Day. Sometimes it's on Memorial Day because, holidays fluctuate days.
Should take time to remember that.
Yeah, remember.
Right.
Remember. It's about to be October. Let's not.
It's about to be the end of September.
The something of November.
That's
Anyway.
like V for Vendetta, right?
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't remember. It's something November. I just don't remember the exact line. I haven't seen that.
Something November.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. Anyways.
Yay. Speaking of days, though, yesterday was Batman Day.
Okay, so I have something to say about that because you notice how I posted that this morning in our clock.
See? Yes.
Okay, so
I think
I've always known that September 19th. Sorry, I'm like super. I don't know what's wrong. Don't answer that. Like,
It's like you're wearing a mask, but you're not.
I know. It's like I'm talking and it's still. I don't know what's wrong. It's an invisible. It's my Wonder Woman mask. It's my Wonder Woman jet mask.
It means your glasses are cold and your face is hot.
I guess I don't know. Anyways,
Okay.
so I've always known September 19th to be International Talk Like a Pirate Day, right?
Okay.
Okay. I mean, like that's what it is. And then you posted your little Batman face.
Horrible.
Which was pretty funny.
It
It was good.
If I had a mask, I would have put it on just for like 2 seconds because,
I understand. Well, you did. It just was colored in with some things. But anyway, so I felt very enlightened yesterday, and I was appreciative of your information, and that was very much like the theme of yesterday. There was a lot of people talking about Batman Day, and not so much about the International Talk Like a Pirate Day, which is usually
Nar.
what I know. Nar, not yar.
Nar. I mean,
Do you know what a pirate's favorite letter is?
R.
No, you would think, but its
Rar.
first true love is the sea. Sorry. Anyway.
That makes sense.
Anyway. all
I'm
right.
looking at Batman Day, and I actually see like July 23rd. I don't know why.
Every day is Batman Day.
The first Batman Day was July 23rd.
Today after
Per
Rizzo's birthday.
this Google. I wonder if it's just a rotating today. They probably have some means behind it. Let's see. Days of
That
the
would make
year.
sense why. Okay.
Because like the 23rd was like the 75th anniversary or something like that.
Oh, okay. Well, then that would make sense.
So, but now it's saying every September 19th is.
Okay. There has to be some significance, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to find. Hi, Ash.
See. I know. I was like, Kit Kat's over here hanging out. She's about to join the show.
Ash has been very talkative and douchebag. We don't know if he's getting old or what. He's getting older, but
Ash, don't take after your dad, okay?
it's too late. It's too late. Yeah, so I don't know why. Yeah.
Yeah, September 19th is an unofficial holiday, so that's not like the same day.
Okay.
It's celebrated. Oh, here you go. Every third Saturday of September each year. So it's happened to be the third Saturday. That's why.
I wonder why it's the third Saturday.
Tell us, Ash. Tell us why.
He's going to get
Tell
out.
us. Tell us. This day aims to honor one of the most well-known fictional superheroes of all time, Batman.
Batman.
Did you know he's appeared in various comic books, libraries, television shows, films, and bookshops?
What? I thought he was only in that one movie. With Jack
I don't
Nicholson.
know. Oh, I thought it was Adam West. Anyway.
Wasn't it Val Kilmer though?
No, it was George Clooney. Right?
No, it was
No.
it was the that Christian Bale guy.
Yeah, Christian Bale. No. No, you know who it was? It was Will Arnett. That's who it was. He was like the
No,
cartoon,
no,
right?
it was
Yeah.
the sparkly vampire guy.
Um.
Pattinson.
Oh yeah, no.
yeah.
No. Ben Affleck. That's who it was.
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Batfleck. That's right. Okay. That's yeah. We were close. It's fine.
But
Anyway.
wasn't it Tim Conroy? It's the voice actor who does him for
Oh.
Batman the Animated Series.
I think it's Kevin Conroy.
Kevin
Yeah.
Conroy.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was like, I knew it was Conroy. I was like, Tim?
Yeah.
I
Play
think
along, Rizzo. Just play along. All right.
there is a Tim Delaney? No, there is a
Jason
Tim
says-
associated
okay,
with
here it
animated
is.
Batman series. That's where I'm getting the
Played
Tim.
by. So Jason O'Mara is one as well.
Yeah.
Let's see. We did pretty well.
There's a lot
was
of there have
Adam
been a lot of
West.
Batman.
Adam West, Michael Keaton, Will Arnett, Kevin Conroy, Jason O'Mara, Christian Bale, Will Friedle, which is funny because that's the guy he's like the older brother on Boy Meets World. George Clooney, Charles Rossisgilly, Gus Lewis, Eric Lloyd, and then I met the one who plays in Gotham. What's his like?
The kid?
Yeah, I met him
Yeah,
at this last
nice.
con actually.
Very
I
nice.
can't think of what his name is though. He was cool.
I like from what I think we missed a few episodes. I liked his portrayal of young Bruce.
But for like the main, the like core group, we did pretty good. You know what's funny actually? Ben Affleck's not even in here in this list.
How?
It says
That's
10,
weird.
It says 10 plus, and I was like, I know, right? Actors who have played Batman. Anyways,
And now we'll
this
do
is
the
not
Joker. I'm just kidding. That'll be even a deeper
Yeah.
hole
No,
of
that's okay.
fun chaos. But yeah, Batman Day was the 19th. Yay! The Batman.
Well, that's a lot of stuff. Here we go. Okay, I see. Yes.
So many bats.
Oh, Diedrich Bader voices Batman in the animated series, Batman the Brave and the Bold. He's the one that was on the Drew Carey show.
He's great.
Yeah, he's awesome.
He is also voiced. I know we're just going off topic. He's also
It's
voiced in Superman Red Sun,
Okay.
which is it was a graphic novel, and then they turned it into a cartoon because DC cartoons are pretty good. But he voiced Lex Luthor,
Okay.
which is like, wait, you're normally Batman.
Sort of like,
so,
yeah.
yeah.
He can play good and he can play evil kids.
Yeah, but yeah, I love the Batman Baby and the Bold. The missus actually has a favorite line from that because it's a scene where Aquaman's up on the land and he's just going, "Ooh, ooh." And then Batman comes like, Aquaman, what's wrong? Are you okay? It's like, I'm just singing the sad song of the blue whale. Ooh. It's just silly. So
It's like Dory.
yeah,
Sorry. Okay. Yeah.
so that's Batman Day. That's
Nice.
I didn't consume my life, but that's what happens when you tweet and draw over yourself.
Great. No, I'm reading a little bit about Adam West, and it made me laugh because it says that West also voiced Batman in the last two Super Friends series, and then he was also, which I think you'll appreciate this, an episode of the Animaniacs, which I'm sure you watched pretty well. Okay, yeah, so did I. Like
Yep.
from start to finish when we were of that age, and he was called the Boo Wonder.
And I want to say this was a few years ago because Kevin Smith started writing Batman 60s. I think it was Kevin Smith, but someone started doing a comic Batman 66, which is the
Okay.
Adam West. I forget the guy who played Robin, but they had that comic book going for a while, and they actually did an animated movie. Bert something, but they brought back Adam West to voice Batman and Bert to voice Robin, and this was
That's cool.
2016, 17, something like that. But
That's publication date July. This is for the comics, right?
it was a comic, and then they did a cartoon off of it.
Okay, so it says July 2013 to February 2016, and it was Adam West and Burt Ward.
Burt Ward, Return of the Cape Crusader, and let's see, 2016.
Yep, and then here's this. Yeah, it says DC Comics, Kevin Smith, Batman meets the Green Hornet, Batman meets the Green.
Kevin Smith was writing the Green Hornet 66, I believe. Excuse me.
Anyways, wow, we are really into the Batman.
The Batman, the one day of Batman.
I'm like, I had other things to talk about, but that's okay.
Well, what else happened in your life other than the one small thing we did for Batman?
The one thing for 24 hours yesterday that really is just whatever it is.
Yeah.
I'm a big girl with a big job. I got a new job.
Oh, you did?
I wasn't gonna tell you because I was kind of working through the process and like trying to figure out how things were gonna work. But yeah, I got a new job.
Are you no longer a tea enthusiast?
Oh no, I'm still a tea enthusiast. That was one of the contingencies. Was I gotta figure out stuff over at the tea place.
So you're dual working.
I am.
Try working. Quad working if
what?
you consider being a wife and a mother and then 2 jobs.
And I also do the book thing too. So that's
Cinco.
What is that?
Hex?
Pinto working?
Pinto working,
Anyways.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Anyway. Yeah, so and I've started to learn, kids, keep this in mind, right? Take a pencil and write this down, that a body in motion stays in motion. Like, I feel like during this pandemic, part of it, I kind of just sat around and did nothing. And like, thankfully for you, I started doing this and it was like fun to be up and doing stuff again. But it's kind of nice to be able to actually like do stuff and have a life and like have fun things to do and like do your job and jobs. So yeah, there you go.
Helps in. Nice. So is one, are they just, you don't have to go into exact details, we can do this off air, but like, are they both part-time, like one full-time, other one full-time, or what?
Yeah, so it is full-time on the new job.
Okay.
It's part-time at the tea place.
Nice.
Part-time with the books and full-time wife and mama.
Woot woot. Fun.
Yeah, someone has to keep the headless engineer and short round in line. And I do a good adjacent job.
They gotta keep their electronics going somehow, so.
Well, that's the headless engineer, but speaking of electronics, we got 3D All-Stars on the Switch this week. The Mario's 3D All-Stars, or the 3D All-Stars with like Galaxy and 64.
And, so like multiple games?
Yeah,
multiple
it was like
Mario
a trio
games?
It was a trio of games. And,
nice.
So of course, because Mario 64 was always the headless engineer's favorite Mario like variation, and so he's very excited that it's on the Switch now. And he was
rock on. That is one thing that's nice about Nintendo is, I mean, the downside is if you bought like, a new version of Mario 64 or whatever the case may be on the Wii, then you have to go and buy it again if you want to play it again on the Switch if you don't have your own. So that's cool that they do that, but there's not a downside, but
yeah, I mean, just if you
it's like I already bought this twice, one in the 80s, once in just a few, but anyway. Yeah.
That's what I did with Grease. Like my first, copy was VHS, and then it was DVD, and then it was special edition DVD, and then it was Blu-ray, and then there was special,
Yeah.
Okay.
Army of Darkness, the Necronomicon Blu-ray.
Like, yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
I think we actually had 2 VHSs of Army of Darkness because I had one and the missus had one. Then we got married,
yeah.
so
You
it's
kinda,
like, wow,
combine them, but you don't get rid of them because that's a sacred treasure. Yeah, you don't do that. So,
nice.
anyways, all right. What else? What's going on? Pocketcast. I forgot to tell you.
Yeah, what is this?
So Pocketcast is it's an area, like a website where you can have podcasts, right?
Uh-huh.
And I wasn't sure if you knew. You probably knew about it, maybe.
I've
we're
heard.
on it. That's the point.
Yeah, I think I've heard of Pocketcast because it popped
yeah.
up.
Yeah, you didn't actively like do anything for it, but my necklace just fell off. Hi. Okay, bye necklace. Oh my gosh.
Gotta go back to Santa Fe.
Goodness, I know. Yikes. Bye. Okay. So much for trying to accessorize. Jeez. Okay. So.
I should go get I feel like I should get a chain of necklaces now just to make up for it, and I can be the.
There was Ash, and now here's Kit Kat.
I left Ash out because he's been too talkative.
She's just listening to you.
Hi, Kit Kat.
Tell me a story, Uncle.
Give me a break.
Oh my God, she's standing for you. She's being very. No, you don't even do that. Here we go. Now
Kit Kat your old one or a young one?
The young one.
Okay.
The giant PETA, who is biting my arm now because I'm holding her instead
How dare
of letting
you.
her jump into the computer.
We've been letting the indoor cats roam around outside since the patio, and it's more relaxing. And
there she goes.
Ash is not happy when we bring him back inside. He's like, no, you let me play outside. It's like, well, you keep going for the morning glory plant, which is going to make you like have diarrhea and vomit everywhere. So then we discovered that they were playing in the morning glory plant, but there was a mouse in there.
Forbidden fruit.
Forbidden fruit.
They wanted to,
yeah, they were trying to do their job, and like we were just like, oh wow, they would actually do something with that. So
Well, yeah, and I've heard that whenever cats do, when they like bring you a treat or a
It's a
treat.
gift.
Well, also it's a they're trying to take care of you. Like, here, you haven't gotten food, so here's a dead mouse for you to eat. Love you. Here, eat it.
Hugs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lick your face now.
Speaking of speaking of rats and dead mice, I watched Pickle Rick for the
Pickle
first time.
Rick.
Oh my gosh, it was hysterical. I was like I was laughing from start to finish, and sorry, and I just didn't know where it was going because like at the beginning, and you can like kind of hear him. He's Morty,
Morty.
turn over the pickle. And then
Am I gonna touch this and it's gonna be like a piece of poo or something?
Yeah, an alien D. Yeah. And then he rolls into the sewers, and I was like, "Oh no, where is this going?" And he keeps having to like hold his breath.
I mean, the cat scene before he rolls into the zoo is like, I know you think I'm a snake, but I'm not. Just chill.
Which makes me really want to try that theory on my cats. Well, not Daisy won't care; she won't.
Right.
GAF, but Kit Kat might give me a
Try
little
it.
run for my money.
That'd be interesting. But yeah, I want to say that was like the season opener for season 3 or something like that. I get lost where the season starts and stops because they have that mid-season break sometimes.
Well, okay, so at the end of the season 2, which I told you was the Rick Shank redemption, where they had to go rescue him, and then that's when Beth and Jerry got like divorced. I guess I'm assuming they'll get back together. Remember, I saw season 4, so I'll assume by the things that I already know that they'll get back together. And so, yeah, that was Rick Shank redemption, and was after that when Jerry like got the little thing, and then the wind keeps calling him a loser, like the blowing of
loser.
Yeah. So
you don't even want the chips. Yeah, it's
and then, when the wolf eats the unemployment check.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was so. Yeah, I watched a few of those. I was a little under the weather yesterday, so I Rick and Morty did a little bit. So.
That's what I like to do when I'm sick. I will usually when I have a sick day from work, it's usually I will stay either in the living room or in bed, and I'm catching up on movies that are airing somewhere. I'm like, I have waited to watch this. I'm going to watch it now. Like last year I had a sick day, so I ended up watching the new Tomb Raider movie, and then I watched a rock movie with a rock in it. And which one was that? The one with the giant gorilla that's based off the arcade game. I can't think of the name at the moment.
Jumanji?
No, not that one. That is a good one, though.
Yeah. The one where they punch the
buildings and everything. Rampage.
Thank you. Yeah. I was like, I love that movie. Yeah,
I watched that one and then like a third one all in one day. I was like, okay, I feel a little bit better now. So.
Well, yeah, I know nothing makes you feel better and makes you want to get out of bed like watching the mass murder of a number of sewer rats. So. In a variety.
They were unclean, like the virus in your system.
And then he ends up at the family therapy session as like the pickle with the like rat arm.
Yeah.
It was so good. So yay, Pickle Rick.
They got a main actress to play the therapist too. Susan
Sarandon.
Like,
yeah, I was like, I couldn't close my eyes. I thought that's Susan Sarandon.
Yeah.
Do you have any family members or friends who eat poop? If so, give them my number.
There's pictures of poop in there. Yeah, Rick and Morty. I need to go back and rewatch some episodes. Oh my gosh, they're streaming, and I still have the last season on my DVR still. So
yeah, okay. And just real quick to get through my stuff because I don't think Rick and Morty was on there.
Okay. Over
the Top, I finished. That's JVN's book. Okay. Great, heartbreaking. He went through a lot of stuff.
Shut up.
Yeah. But it's cool because he used that to like bring happiness and like bring light to the world, which is awesome. And it's it's funny, like it's a funny book, poignant, really good read, super quick read. I sat down and I picked it up 3 times and was done.
Nice.
And so I'm going to finish another book that I have. It's called The Music Shop. Again, I was, unearthing the treasures last week when I had the pictures of you from baby Ryan. I found my book that I hadn't had for a while. And so I'm going to finish that. It'll be good.
Baby Ryan.
I think that's it. Other than Masked Singer, real quick, it's starting the 23rd. So starts this Wednesday.
Okay.
And so on next week's show, we'll talk about the first unveiling and we'll go from there.
Groovy. Let's see. We've been still working on Parks and Rec. I think we're on season 5 now.
So it's good, man.
Yeah. I mean, she is city councilwoman. She's married now. Ann Perkins is now wanting Chris to be her baby daddy type. So we're kind of getting all that. Ron's met. Ron is dating Lucy Lawless. I love how I'm using like the character names.
Ron's dating Xena. Yeah.
Yeah. Ron's dating Xena and her 2 children.
What is her name? No, because I was like Tammy. No, because she's
no,
like,
that's
name, Tammy. No, I know. Tammy's Megan Mullally and the other one. Yeah.
Tammy 1, Tammy 2.
Tammy 2 for now. Let's see. What is
Karen?
her name?
Catherine? I could be wrong, but yeah.
Keep talking.
It's been fun watching that series, and like it's one of those like a few days ago, the wife was like, "Not a lot of the side characters don't annoy me as much as they used to," and then yesterday I was like, "Tom still annoys the crap out of me," but she's like, "It is annoying, but he's now that you know that he's going to be annoying all the time, it kind of helps it out." Like John Ralphio, absolutely insane and annoying, but
he's the worst.
Yeah. Exactly. But I love that was pretty good actually.
Thank you.
You can do it again. So anyway. But yeah, I'm just seeing the side characters like, oh, I hated you, but you're kind of fun now. So Adam Scott's character is just fun because he's a nerd.
Oh my gosh, so. Ben Wyatt is. I love Adam Scott. If you're watching or listening, I love you.
Apparently, I was reading some trivia about.
Oh, she was on Burn Notice. Sorry. Anyway. Lucy
Lawless. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, what was it, like 1 or 2 episodes? A lot of people popped up. But anyways. I was reading in a trivia in the episode, it's like, Ben Wyatt refers to how Picard would be a better Star Trek captain. And it turns out in one of the Star Trek movies, Adam Scott was a helmsman for this ship. So I was like, oh, he actually has a connection to the Star
Trek. Okay,
yeah.
Nice.
I thought that was spiffy.
Diane. Her name was Diane.
Diane, okay.
There you go.
Lucy
yeah,
Lawless.
She was such a good. She chilled Ron out. I mean, not that he needed to be chilled out, but like she kind of balanced him and made him like an even better Ron.
So. Right. Yeah, and she's not insane, but she's tough. I mean, but then her kids are insane because they're.
Oh my gosh! When Anne was like, "You're here, have my medical bag."
We just did that episode, like when they start cutting each other's hair.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, again, let's take out the pen and paper again, kids. This is lesson number 2. Just don't do that. Okay?
No, don't cut your own hair.
You have kids. Short Round's in that age range, and I would never do that. As a matter of fact, can I tell a quick anecdote about her?
Sure.
I'm still like, so she's very precocious. She's super smart, and I'm not just saying that because I'm biased. Like she's kind of clever with the way she talks and says. I mean, anyways.
Right.
And so she tells me I think it was Wednesday. She says, "Mom, I need to work on my project because they were doing a Canada project. Remember a couple weeks ago they were in Africa. This past week they were in Canada, just doing these different things, but like incorporating, vocabulary and science and social studies like into these places where they're going, which she loves. And she's like, well, I need the markers for my project because I'm gonna color a couple things. Okay, sounds good. And then like I don't know, 30 minutes later, of course, I'm in the middle of training for my new job. I'm downstairs at my computers and doing all this stuff. She comes back downstairs. And I kind of look and I was like, well, what did you do? And she covered her face with marker. Like, covered. And then basically not from head to toe. It's all washable, non-toxic. It's okay. We're good. Certain things colored on and things and arms and legs and stomach. And I was like,
and look into her future once she gets her first tattoo and just keeps multiplying where she's got the face tattoo.
To be fair, that's true. You know what? Because I do have ink on my body. That's a good point. You're right. She's just taking. Yeah. You're right. And it was just one of those things where and then she kind of says, well, I'm bored. And I'm like, then do your work. Instead of coloring on yourself with markers.
No. Procrastination's more fun than work.
This is why, I'm like, yeah, she's Uncle Ryran kid type person. I'd rather just draw on myself with markers than do stuff.
I mean, if you procrastinate, you'll work harder on it in the last minute.
I definitely don't think that. I do that too sometimes.
If you're capable of doing so.
So now because of that, we have a new little family setup where she gets to do her work next to me when I'm at my training computers. She gets to be on the big podcast screen computer.
Yay. Oh, good.
Don't do that, kids.
Don't do
it. How is okay, so you put down Predators Omnibus? Mm-hmm. It's not Aliens?
No.
It's a different one? Okay.
Correct.
So tell me again, like is it in the realm of the stories, like the movies, but it's
Yes.
in
So,
okay, got it.
as I mentioned, what was it last week? 2 weeks ago, I was reading.
A couple weeks ago, I
There
think,
was through Comixology. They have a subscription service, which we'll talk more about comic subscription services a little bit later. But I've discovered some new comics that I'd seen on shelves before but never read. So
Okay.
I had read the Aliens Omnibus. These are from Dark Horse Comics. There's an Aliens Omnibus, there's a Terminator Omnibus, and there's a Predator Omnibus. And
I bet.
it's pretty good. But I've been reading more so the Predator just because it kind of captured me. And it's fun because it does, like, it takes place
Did it
after...
eat your face too after it captured you?
It might.
Anyways.
They don't eat faces, they just skin you and hang you upside down.
See,
But, you
I've
know.
never seen it. I don't know. It was just like the face thing.
You should. It'd be great. Now, but it takes place after the first movie, which had Arnold Schwarzenegger. And while he doesn't make an appearance in it, his character Dutch is referenced often.
Isn't that
Because
get to the
his
chopper,
brother,
right?
yeah,
Is that how it-
get to the
okay.
chopper. Come on. I mean, there's a lot of lines. Like if from the not the governor, but the other governor who was in that movie from Minnesota. Jesse the
Jesse
Body
Ventura.
Ventura, Ain't Got Time to Bleed, which is Jesse Ventura's website address. That line came from Predator.
Yo, that's cool. Okay.
But yeah, so it's different stories, and it keeps kind of going back to this detective from New York who is Dutch's brother.
Oh, dun dun dun.
Yeah, so it's just kind of fun to read. I mean, you get a little bit more of the Predator universe, but no. So I've been reading that at night, and then also still working on Ghost Stories by Jim Butcher, which is book 12, I think.
Okay.
I have 6 more chapters left, so I'll probably finish that up today.
Yeah.
And then
Okay,
move on
right
to the
on.
next one. So, you know.
No, I was super proud of myself when I actually finished a book, because it was the first time that wasn't like a reading to short run book that I finished in probably like a year, which is sort of sad to admit, but it felt good to sit down, open it up, put my phone aside, not be like attached to a screen, and actually like enjoy some entertainment. So
Yeah.
I might give this whole like reading for fun thing a try.
And I say cheating, I've been listening because I've been using Audible. I have a fair amount of credits. That's why I'm just going to catch up on this series.
You are consuming the entertainment value from a book.
Yeah, and it's
whether
read.
that's
I
through
love
ears or eyes.
Yeah, I love how it's read. Yesterday, I mean, like we mentioned earlier, we were letting the cats roam the outside, so I just hung out outside for like an hour, watched them play in the backyard, and listened to like 3 chapters of a book.
Aw.
So
Watching the kids do their thing, enjoying your book.
yeah, just hanging out. It was nice weather, so you know.
So Ma Rizzo came back and finished Cobra Kai
The Kobra Kai.
again.
Okay.
Yeah, she'd gotten through. She's so funny because she like doesn't understand how to use. She calls it like the internets, and like those. So I'm like, press the button to turn on the TV, and then you press where it says input till you get to where it says cable box, and then you go boop Netflix.
It is the new Channel 3 versus Channel 4.
Oh my gosh!
20
Like, all you
years
have to do-
later.
Yeah, but it's also child teaching parent, not parent teaching child.
Yeah.
So, to be fair though, when I was starting for this new job on Monday, I have this setup where there's a docking station with the laptop, 2 monitors, and then the keyboard and a mouse as well. So it's like a nice big setup they sent me, which is kind of cool. They're set up in Ohio, but we're all work from home at this point, of course.
Oh.
So they sent everything to my house. So I have my little desk set up, and I couldn't figure out how to use the mouse. And Short Round's like, "Mom, look," and she flips it over and she's like, "Click," and turn it on. And I was like,
The power button on the bottom.
"You know what?" And she kind of said it just like that. Just saying, kind of like you.
Seeing
Ay,
as
ay,
how
ay.
like you are the main point of how like she's I see how she knows of my
Exposed.
ways. Yeah, exposed to me.
Exposed, yeah.
Again, your fault.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's listen to these tapes of a sarcastic person picking on mommy.
That's right. Yep, exactly.
That's funny. So everything go to Cobra Kai and still enjoying it and everything.
Well, she finished it.
Okay.
So we got through the end of, and I told you, like last week when I watched episode 10 of season 2, I was like this the whole time because it just like kept getting worse and worse. Because I mean, entertaining, great, but like just everything that was happening, you're like, no, because it's the like last episode, and my Rizzo kept going.
The
oh, damn it.
reactions.
Oh, damn. Oh, we don't like him, you know?
No.
Oh, no.
That's cool.
So she goes, when's the next season coming out? And I was like, one of us.
Yeah.
Which is, not till next year, but.
And I'll probably go straight to YouTube at that point and then migrate to Netflix possibly. I don't know how they'll
Well, no, Netflix has it now. Netflix has the series.
Right, but it's a YouTube original. And so they may have bought it. I don't know for sure. That's why I was surprised when Kobra Kai popped up on Netflix because I'm like, this is a YouTube, but I don't know how many people are actually paying for YouTube Red. So maybe that's where I like, hey,
it might be since everyone's canceling Netflix right now too. I'm not going to go into any of that, but okay. When you finish Parks and Rec, will you please start Kobra Kai?
I'll try. I'll talk to the miss because like I actually mentioned it to the wife today. I was like, have you seen any of the Karate Kid movies? She's like, I've seen the first one a few times. I'm like, well, okay, I've heard good things about Kobra Kai, and she's like, I have too. And I was like, and you've seen the first movie, which is all you really need, sort of. I mean, I can fill in what's with the bonsai trees? Well, in Karate Kid 3.
Yeah. And there's definitely some kind of leading up to the end of the second season. There's a lot of kind of foreshadowing to a lot of the events that happened in the second one. So I'm assuming, and then
in Okinawa,
and the third one that's where they said it takes place. So
oh really?
Yeah.
Season 3 is going to be in Okinawa,
or part of it at least. I think. Yeah.
I side tangents. I for a continuing education class, I took a. It was Okinawa Gojuru Karate, which is the actual karate that the guy that I was under his dojo. He studied from the same. He studied in Okinawa.
Oh, that's cool.
So the wax on, wax off. That's actually not complete bullshit. Because a lot of the training was do this. It's muscle memory. And so when I was there, I was like, oh God, this is wax on. I mean, the wax on, that is a deflect move. And so it was kind of like, oh, that was interesting. And then they came out with the Karate Kid with Jackie Chan, which isn't karate, it's kung fu. So I was like, I love, still a great movie, but I'm like, call
it what it is.
It's not, it's not karate.
But, and that's funny that you mentioned that because like Daniel just watch Cobra Kai. Just watch it.
Okay.
So you're like saying things from like the exact points of like parts of the episodes, and I'm like, just watch it.
Nice. Before we jump off Karate Kid, what is this Karate Kid 5 Pat Morita pitch?
Yeah, so Billy Zabka was kind of talking about, the different episodes and stuff and did this interview, and he mentioned it just was kind of cute that Pat Morita, like before he passed, some number of years ago, because I think he passed away in 2005, right?
Sounds about right.
Yeah. And he said that Pat Morita actually called him and it was like, okay, I have an idea for how we can get like the whole gang back together for Karate Kid 5. And that Miyagi was like kind of on his deathbed basically as the concept of this movie. And that he was going to be have like a good burial, like a proper burial in Okinawa. But then when he's sick, he finds out that Johnny Lawrence is his practicing doctor who's taking care of him like on his deathbed. And I was like, that could be pretty cool, actually. And Billy Zabka was like, that's kind of a far out there thing, but like coming straight from Mr. Miyagi himself was kind of a cool idea. So,
that's kind of cool. Like,
oh, that's so cute.
And the fact that he gave Johnny like a good job. I mean, I'm like,
exactly.
It's like, turn his life around to be like, okay, I'm going to quit being a dick and save people. And
well, to be fair, though, that certainly would not have set up with how the beginning of Cobra Kai is. So, and when you watch it, you'll see. So,
I need to send you a link, but there is a music video. I forget by the band, but it's called "Sweep the Leg, Johnny." And it's Johnny Lawrence, and he's just like, it starts off with him watching the end of Karate Kid, and he's lip syncing his exact words to what's going on in the movie. And then the song starts. I will look at it. It's kind of cool to watch, and especially now that Cobra Kai has happened. It's like, oh, it's interesting.
Yeah.
You were correct about Pat. He did pass away in 2005.
Cool. And I was thinking about it too because, and I told you I met Billy Zabka and Ralph Macchio at one of the cons. I met Billy Zabka in 2017 and Ralph Macchio in 17 and 20 as well. But there's this photo that I got of, it was Ralph Macchio and Billy Zabka from when they were on How I Met Your Mother. Do you remember that?
I didn't watch How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, well, there's an episode where, you know the concept of How I Met Your Mother? It's like the friends. And anyways, so there's a character named Barney, and it's Neil Patrick Harris. And he always says, and there's like, you know, this whole like controversy around it, that Daniel LaRusso is actually like the bad guy in the movies. And so he says like Billy Zabka's the real Karate Kid, and how like how Daniel LaRusso, you know, Ralph Macchio like ruined him because of that. And so there's this scene with all three of them, and I got Ralph and Billy to sign it, and so I'm like, I just need to get Neil Patrick Harris to sign it.
It'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I should find you that episode because it's really funny.
Groovy.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's our Cobra Kai minute.
I like long-winded responses to short things we're supposed to be talking about.
No, that's all right.
It's fun. We're having a good time. That's the important thing. Rule number 3, kids. Always have a good time. Write it down.
Do it.
Life lesson number 3.
Do it. I think that covered
the wrong one.
Everything on there. So are we onto your album?
Dang, look at us go. I see it.
We kind of jumped through them. Yeah.
Other than we used the Instapot for the first time. Oh, I mean the headless engineer, and we didn't blow up the house. Congratulations. Yay.
Instapot, that's like a slow cooker but pressurized?
Yeah, that's and it takes like 4 seconds to get everything in. It takes like a minute for things to cook, and it's done perfectly and completely.
Nice.
Yeah. Dude,
okay.
It's sweet. Yeah. We did I keep saying the headless engineer did the very basic. He did like rice, just like white rice. Like, let's test it out. Let's see. And he said it took the Instapot like 4 minutes to warm up, and then the rice cooked in less than a minute. It's like, okay.
Wowzers. Nice.
Old. Yeah. So
all right. Investment was good.
I know, right? Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, there you go. Okay, so yeah, we are up to my album.
And I chose number 4, which is...
You chose number 4. I was like, aw.
Cronenberg. It's Cronenberg, isn't it?
It's not.
Okay.
It's really not. But so, you know, we've been talking about like people on my list. Not that we'll get through all of
your scandalist.
I can't scandal. Oh, I like that.
Scandalist.
That's good. Scandalist. Yeah. And number 2 on my list is John Travolta. I know he's so weird, and everyone thinks he's like weird as hell, but it's fine.
He's been on your list for years.
He was like
that is the only reason I got you to go see the movie Punisher.
You're right. Which I didn't like, but that's okay. Anyways, yeah, because he was the villain, right?
Yeah.
And he got like completely like annihilated, murdered at the end. Yep.
Along with his family.
Sorry.
He was a really good bad guy. He's a good bad guy. It's like in watching Face Off. You're like, he's such a good bad guy as he's playing. Yeah. As he's playing, what's his face?
Castor Troy.
Yeah, but it's funny how movies will do that too. He's like, well, John Travolta is the good guy, but he's the bad guy because who's the other actor?
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage. Yeah.
We don't want to think about that though. Nick Cage is
awesome.
Okay, sure. Yeah, if you say so.
But at the same time, like Nicolas Cage is doing a really good John Travolta, and John Travolta is doing a really good. Wait, no, that's not how it works.
Whose face is it? Yeah, like yeah, right.
Face off.
And there you go. Well, have you ever seen Broken Arrow before?
Yeah.
I loved that movie too. I know it's kind of like under the radar, but that was sort of. I thought that was fun. John was a really good villain in it. Just kind of one of those like if you don't know about it, you never saw it kind of thing.
Slater.
But, yes, and Christian Slater was like the good, like, you know, the rough and tumble, like nice guy. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Anyways, number 4.
Number 4. Album of influence of the life of Rizzo.
Phenomenon. Soundtrack to Phenomenon. I just sent you that picture this morning.
That's why you put that in there. Okay.
Yes, it's like, and then you say that like you're surprised. Oh, that's why that's there. So that was June of 1996. I was 13, and obviously by that time, like including Pulp Fiction had already been out too. John Travolta was, a household name, like a famous actor, right? For
Look Who's for a good while. Look Who's Talking 1 and 2 was around. Oh yeah,
all these things that were super popular. I had never heard of him till Phenomenon. And I was like, this looks so cute. Like, what a cute movie. It looks sweet. Like, you know,
About
at
a
the
man
beginning
with
of
a
the movie.
tumor. It's so sweet.
Okay, I mean, I was 13. Come on.
I know.
Like, he was like, you know, I was like, he's super handsome. Like, he looks sweet. It's like a nice little love story. I'm a teenager, you know, like figuring out love myself. Even though I knew I was going to marry the headless engineer when I was 8, but that's another story for another day. We've talked about this. Anyways, and that was the first time that I connected a movie narrative to the music that was playing.
Okay.
And I just kind of like knocked on my ass, for lack of a better term, excuse my language, because they're like right at the very end when he dies. Spoiler, sorry. Yeah, the like little light, the like alien light tumor kills him. I mean, I remember I was with Ma Rizzo, and I'm sitting there, and I've never had like any type of emotional like response to a movie like that before, and I'm sitting there and I'm just like bawling my eyes out. I mean, like inconsolable. Can we go get the music to this movie? It's kind of like Bohemian Rhapsody, but I was just, you know, that was 21st century, so I was getting it on my phone at the end when you call me a d-bag.
I had to go by.
Yeah, Mom, can we go to Hastings and get this soundtrack? You know, and so that was Eric Clapton. That was Change the World, which we talked about Clapton. Aaron Neville, Eric Clapton, Jewel, Peter Gabriel. There's like so many
Taj
random
Mahal,
really cool,
Marvin Gaye, JJ Cale,
cool. Mm-hmm.
Dorothy
and then
Moore.
there's at the end, there's, I can't remember, is it hot? There's at the very last song on the soundtrack. Who's it by?
The Orchard by Thomas Newman.
Oh, Thomas Newman. That's the guy who did like You've Got a Friend in Me and all those stuff.
You've got a friend in me.
You know, those ones. Yeah. So anyways, but that's like when he's like in the process of dying, but also like falling in love with Lace. That's her name. Kira Sedgwick's name is Lace. And so I just like remember hearing that, and it's just like beautiful and heartbreaking and leads up to that. And then that was when I heard Eric Clapton like at the end, and the you know, he hears the guitar starting up, and it's like his funeral, the little like memorial service that they're doing with when his friend, it's Forrest Whitaker, gets together with the lady that was helping him with his house, and she's pregnant with their baby, and I'm just like, you know, uncontrollably like heaving and sobbing and stuff. And so like I love that soundtrack because that was really one of the very first that got me into like how to like watch the narrative of the show through the music.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember and you can vouch for this, but I remember talking to our director of broadcasting like in 2004 or 5, saying that that's what I wanted to do, like as an actual job, was to be soundtrack, like someone who puts together soundtracks for movies.
Right.
Which of course that never came to be, but I can always, someone can dream. You never know.
Get a plan B.
So,
Still got time. Yeah, I love soundtracks. I mean, one of my, I would say, albums of influence in my case would be the Wayne's World soundtrack. I had it on cassette tape because I grew up listening to a lot of Christian rock mostly, but I also bought a lot of soundtracks, and one of them I had was the Wayne's World soundtrack. I also had Ace Ventura, When Nature Calls soundtrack. I still have a lot. They're in the car. I still have a lot of them, but yeah, that's how.
CDs or cassettes?
I have a CD.
Oh, dude, bring me some.
I probably don't have the cassettes. I still
Yeah.
have these CDs of the soundtrack. I still have my stack that you saw back in the day.
Do you want to do a bonus album of influence? Just start getting through them a little bit faster?
No.
Ah, dang it. Okay. Can I just do one?
Okay.
Can I do number 7?
Sure. So 4 and 7
It's
today.
the Wayne's World soundtrack. Because there's a lot of soundtracks on here, and you haven't actually touched on many of them, but you started to, and I was like, hey, Wayne's World.
It's a good soundtrack.
February 18th, 1992, which, kids, is John Travolta's birthday.
So
it all ties together.
I think I got the soundtrack in like 94, 95. I remember going to the mall here in Amarillo.
Yeah.
And whatever music store was popular at the time, because, music stores, yeah.
Or something,
It wasn't, not saying, I forgot what it would have been in the mall here, but we got the cassette. And
Suncoast? Maybe Suncoast?
possibly.
Anyways, yeah.
Playing the crap out of it. I mean, you've got Queen, you've got
Eric Clapton, Alice Cooper, Jimi Hendrix, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Frankenstein, hungry for love, and it's feeding time.
Whoa. Sorry. Anyways, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm gonna go watch Wayne's World after this. Thanks.
Party on.
Yes, it was again the same thing. The narrative drives. Oh, and also Crucial Taunt. Don't forget Tia Carrere, the in band. Yeah, the in movie band. Greatness. Bummer Blitz.
There's a man in the back. Yeah.
It's so good. Anyways, and good job. Yeah, you can do the little like
ballroom blitz.
And I actually have a funny Dana Carvey story, but I will wait because we've already beat this dead horse. But there's number 4 and number 7.
Yay!
Early to mid 90s, like greatness for like thinking about the kind of classic rock. Well, of course, and you said Queen, but how they brought especially the Wayne's World soundtrack. Those I could talk about music all the time, the kind of classic rock people into the new generation. So
it's like with what James Gunn did with the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack.
I need to watch that movie.
Watch the movie, but also you should like look up the soundtrack because you'll be like, oh, it's got a lot of great music on it. And Edgar Wright did the same thing with the Baby Driver soundtrack. It's like all this stuff I've never. Yeah. It's the Harlem Shuffle, which every time it starts, because it goes dun 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 dun, and I think we're gonna start jumping around, but no, it's the Harlem Shuffle where they sampled that song from.
Oh.
So it's just kind of soundtracks are awesome.
Oh my gosh, I could talk about soundtracks all. Anyways, I won't though. I won't till next week unless you pick something Lindsey Buckingham, which between what you have right now, I'm just gonna look. Soundtrack, artist, soundtrack, artist, Lindsay, artist. So we should have 9 left. Is that right? Is that what you have?
I ran out of fingers. I was trying to keep them on separate. That sounds right though, because I did the elbow.
You have 10. You ran out of fingers.
I did that, and I was keeping soundtracks over here.
For those of you listening on Anchor.fm,
artist
Ryan and Rizzo, Ryan does have 10 fingers. Just letting you know. But
left hand was soundtracks, right hand was artist and Buckingham.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Just
so ran out.
Grow all the fingers. There you go. Okay. Thank you for asking, and that just gets us 1 week closer to finishing Albums of Influence. But I appreciate it. It's a pleasure to be nominated, as always. And we'll talk about more randomness.
Share my post on Facebook, because I just want everyone to know about this stuff. Okay.
I was thinking about it too. I want to talk about other things too, because I know you have your we have our Hulkorific stuff, because we didn't talk about She-Hulk yet.
Do we jump down?
The entertainment news.
That's coming up after her.
All right. Anyways, but there's this and I'm saving things. Excuse me. Goodness. Yes, I would like to replace it. Where you do like a song a day kind of thing, and so I may throw those at you at some point too.
Okay.
Name a song that has this in it or that in it.
I will do horrible. I'm bad. I love a lot of music, but I'm really bad about knowing. Like, I can't do lyrics on a. Yeah, like I can memorize certain lines, but lyrics I'm not good at.
Well, it's like, what's your favorite song with a number in the title or something? Like Six Underground by Sneaker Pimps. Or what's your favorite song with the color in it? Silver Springs by Fleetwood Mac, whatever. So
Colors by Beck.
There you go. I would accept that as a Ryan answer,
I just watched the video recently. It was good. Directed by Edgar Wright.
Can you please talk to me about Hulk things?
Hulk! All right, so yeah.
Is that why you're in a tank top? Because you couldn't be, held in by a t-shirt?
These guns and all. No. I just wanted to be cool. I don't even
own a gun, let alone miniguns that would necessitate an entire rack. What am I going to do with a gun rack? Sorry,
God.
Okay.
So yeah, today there's a fair amount. There's not a lot of Hulk news, but there's some Hulk news. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to bring up one of my favorite comic events. I will put it this way. I like reading about the Hulk. When I had the Marvel Unlimited subscription service, the Netflix of Marvel, I read a lot of Hulk stuff because I'm like, there's a lot of cool writing out there. Mark Waid has written some really awesome Hulk stories about Hulk. I mean, the battle of Bruce Banner versus his inner demon of the Hulk, accepting it back and forth, whatnot.
Okay.
But the series I'm going to talk about today is, that's not the right one, is this one.
It's underneath. Yeah, I see it.
Planet Hulk, or the Incredible Planet Hulk. Basically, there is the, let's see, it's this one. There is the prelude to Planet Hulk. Like, you know, this is what happened before the
Planet Hulk.
Yeah.
Got it.
But the prelude is like, you know, Hulk's in space, he's having to take something out, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the comic...
Wait, hold on, back up. You're like, he's in space, blah, blah, blah. Why is he in space?
There's a thing in space
He's like
that
an
only the...
astronaut or what? Okay. Okay, fair enough. That's fine. Scientist
There's something
okay.
big, and not scientists. It's just there's something big. We need something big to take it out. Hulk.
Got it. Hulk. Okay.
But at the end of the, you know, he does his job. His ship is like kind of careening, going off course and everything. But then you hear like over the monitor recording saying, "We're sorry, Bruce. This was the only way." And then just Hulk going, "No."
Yeah. That's like
Basically. Oh, go ahead.
I was saying when you were talking about Superman, when what's his face made him think that the thing, and they were like killing all the things. That's kind of like
Not as harsh, but this was pretty harsh
Messed up.
because a group called the Illuminati in the Marvel universe, which was Doctor Strange, Tony Stark, Xavier, and I think T'Challa, Black Panther.
Okay.
There might be another
Yeah,
one in
I-
there.
I
But they basically decided we have the Hulk in space, in a spaceship. At one point, Bruce told me, I think this was Tony Stark, the one thing that Bruce told me was like, that he wished he could die. And so this team decided that we're just going to shoot Hulk off into space. We've got him up out there already. We're just going to shoot him off.
Oh, okay.
Because it's the best for humanity. And that leads to Hulk crash landing on a planet. And it becomes basically kind of a gladiator situation. He is caught. He has to fight. He can be injured, but he has to fight in the gladiator pits. But, you know, and
there
he
are
just
people on this other inhabited. It's inhabited. Okay, got it.
inhabited. He is locked up with other gladiators. In fact, we got a cool shot of him and his...
Oh, he looks cool.
But he kind of, like, he fights in the arena, and he ends up kind of saving these people and everything.
That reminds me of the Rick and Morty where they're in the Thunderdome. I watched that episode too.
That one's good too. That was a really good one.
Anyways, yeah.
But yeah, he kind of rises to power, and Hulk, you know, he finds love. He takes out the evil dictator. This sounds like a lot like the movie Gladiator. Same line.
Is it She-Hulk or?
No, there is no She-Hulk in this one.
Okay, sorry,
Yeah, this is just still Bruce Banner. Okay. But yeah, he fights. He actually becomes the ruler of this planet in a way, in a good way. He's a good ruler.
Yeah.
He's found the wife.
Fair and just, and yeah, that's good.
The wife becomes pregnant. And then chaos ensues.
I can just see like little guys and that they're all like, you know,
Yeah.
up.
But
Yeah.
chaos ensues, and then that leads into World War Hulk. Because the planet where he just found someone that he loved and was Hulk was happy.
Yeah.
And then something
How it
happens.
always starts
Yeah.
something.
Something happens, and then Hulk gets mad, goes back to Earth, and brings his crew of gladiators with him, and they release hell upon Earth.
Oh.
So yeah, it's
So
a fun series.
Cool. Sounds like fun. That does
But
sound
yeah,
fun.
it's real. I mean, even if you just stick with the Planet Hulk series itself, and they did make a cartoon out of this, which is pretty accurate. But you've seen the influence of Planet Hulk in Thor Ragnarok, that fighting arena. That's, I mean, that pretty much is that. I mean, that's where they got the
Or it's
influence.
like, I know him. That's
Yeah.
my friend. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, really fun series. Again, if you have access to it, the Hulk. There's a lot of good Hulk comics out there, and
that
not
sounds
just
like
about him smashing, but about the whole. I mean, there was a series of Hulk where Bruce Banner and the Hulk became separated, and Bruce goes insane, like mad scientist insane. And so it's just kind of this interesting, who was the monster really type situation.
Yeah.
So
Was it actually the big green guy, or was it the scientist that was inside of him the whole time?
Bruce was being pretty weird, like Island of Dr. Monroe weird. But yeah, so yeah, if you like Hulk, definitely check out Planet Hulk if you haven't already. And like I said earlier, Mark Waid has written some. I bring up Mark Waid a lot just because I happen to find that I've read a lot of his stuff. He writes a really good Hulk.
Nice. Nice, right on.
So yeah,
I'll have to try it and see. Well, I'll have to
check out the cartoon at least.
And speaking of comics, can I tell you? I actually found this is the digging up the treasures. One of these days, I'm gonna have my garage clean. It's gonna be neat, but not today's not that day.
Yeah.
I found a DC superhero girls comic.
Okay.
And Short Round was like, I want that.
Nice.
Like, this was already yours. We just kind of uncovered it again. So maybe this might be her little foray into starting some of that.
Was it like the cartoony looking of it, superhero?
Yeah,
okay.
It's like the animated. And I thought, well, I'm wondering because you had asked me that cute question about what, if you have some suggestions for her to kind of take a look or whatever you're reading, you might, could share with us. But she really likes Dog Man, which I'm not sure if you've ever heard of that series before, but it's graphic novel style, almost kind of comic-esque, but super, it's just super fun and super just
Dog Man.
Cute. So,
yeah,
Dog Man's fun. So,
well, sweet. Let's move on to e-news, but you do your e-news, then I'll do mine because mine we could segue nicely.
Yeah, just roll into it. It's fine.
All right. Well, speaking of Hulk, I'm gonna mess up her name.
Tatiana
Maslany. It is announced that she will be playing She-Hulk. Who?
Did you see the picture I sent you this morning?
Yes, I'll use that as a pop-up because I thought that was pretty neat.
Everyone was like, "Well, she's little. She's not gonna be, Amazonian kind of style, but she looks pretty badass. I have to say."
She-Hulk.
I was here for it.
So yeah, she will be playing Jennifer. What is it? As I was looking at Jennifer Walters in the She-Hulk Disney Plus TV series.
Okay.
I love Tatiana. If you haven't seen have you seen Orphan Black by chance? No. So in Orphan Black, it was a BBC America, maybe just BBC show, but we watched it on BBC America. And yes, she plays basically not really a spoiler. She sees a woman who looks just like her commit suicide on a trainway. So she takes on her life. And then by doing that, she realizes there's 5 other people that look
life. Oh, okay, that lady's life. Okay.
Yeah, because they look just like each other. Comes to find out, Tatiana's a clone. So in this series of Orphan Black, she plays, my numbers are going to be off, on a regular basis, she is on screen with herself, with 4 different versions of herself, because they're clones. They were all raised by different people. They all have very different personalities. She did phenomenal at playing that it's not the same character. It's the same body, but
same, yeah.
Looks the same, but one has dreadlocks and is a little bit more hippie-ish. One is an insane assassin, and she's phenomenal at doing that.
I'm looking at them now, and it's the one she looks like the assassin person. Then there's the one with bangs that has her hair tied back,
the soccer, the soccer mom, and then and so with
crazy eye makeup thing. I don't know, and then there's the short haircut, looks like businesswoman, ruthless businesswoman type person. I don't know. Yeah,
it gets crazy because she plays so many different characters that interact with each other, and she nails it. And so when I saw that announcement that she's going to be playing Jennifer Waters, who is, I'm human, now I'm Hulk, which they'll probably CG up. I'm like, she will do a fantastic job at that because she's really good at being different characters. Currently, I think she's on the new Perry Mason movie, or not movie, TV series on HBO. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I saw that. And quick thing, if you don't know anything about She-Hulk, she is the cousin of Bruce Banner.
Okay.
Something happened where she had to have it. Yeah. She had to have a blood transfusion. There was nothing around, so Bruce used his blood. That's how the She-Hulk happened.
So it's not genetic. It's okay, got it.
Right. Yeah. It's just gamma rays. Yeah.
Cool. That's cool.
So yeah, that show's gonna be popping up on Disney Plus sometime. So.
Good job. Way to be there for Jennifer. Okay.
Yeah. She's awesome. I think she's great.
Right on. Orphan Black looks fun too. Maybe I'll
check it out. It's crazy sci-fi fun.
Okay. We're working through because when the headless engineer works on some of the chores over the weekend, his favorite thing to do while he folds laundry is to watch Eureka.
I'm glad I'm not the only one that does that because I learned growing up doing laundry. You get your basket underneath the dryer, throw it all on there, tote it to the living room, continue your show, and just fold and hang.
That's exactly what he does.
Yeah, I don't do the laundry as often as I used to as a kid, but when I do it for watching something, yeah, I'm like, all right, we're gonna go over here.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
So
I was
tell
thinking-
me. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're good.
I was gonna say, jump over to. Do you want to talk about your Bond or your Grohl?
Well, I wanted to talk with you about Grohl, so I think I'll talk about Bond first, but I did want to do a quick commercial break, because Dancing with the Stars just started, and Carol Baskin is one of the dancers. You know, Tiger King lady. Did you watch that series?
I refuse to.
Okay,
But I know of it. I know what you're talking about. So
So I just thought
supposedly
it was
killed her husband is the what everyone says.
first husband because she's like happily married now. But yes, Don Phillips. Sorry, not Don Phillips. Don Lewis was Carol Baskin's first husband, and supposedly she like fed him to one of her tigers. And during the first episode, the premiere episode of the season that Carol was on, his family bought commercial time.
It's
Saying
baller.
justice for Don. Where is Don Lewis? Send here's the cell phone number if you want to call us with tips. And I was like, that is genius and hysterical. So
Her next dance will be the dance of the deadly tigers.
I thought about that. I was like, if they don't like let her get to the finals or something, she's gonna like feed everybody to the tigers. Like, where do you really think Tom Bergeron is? Where is Aaron Andrews? Because they're not on this season anymore. They both quit. So maybe they didn't want to eat tiger food. They're like, okay, bye. Oops, don't do that. Why have you denied this child? I can't.
You shall be like Daniel in the lion's den, but this time tigers.
Gosh. Anyways, yeah. So.
All right, so that's that. That's their commercial break. Tell me about the Grohl off.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Safin.
Oh, sorry. Go about Safin.
I think it's. Is it Safin? I think it's Safin, not Safin.
I've watched one trailer for the movie. I'm not watching, and that's James Bond, No Time to Die.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I really like James Bond movies. But Rami, talking about boys
Malek.
on my list. Yeah, Rami Malek is the villain that James Bond faces up against this one, and I watched the featurette on it just because I love anything Rami. Like, it's just fun to watch. And he said he was trying to become a formidable foe for Bond because a lot of times it's just like going through the motions for James Bond. Like, here's
Right.
the girl, she gets captured. Let's do whatever. So this movie's supposed to be like super different in that regard. Like, because I think even like 007 is not even James Bond. It's like a new. It's like
She looks awesome.
Yeah, she looks.
I love the attitude. Like from when I saw the trailer, the attitude she's throwing at James Bond. It's like, yeah.
But even like the one that he was with, I guess like at the end of last movie or something, it's like a completely different thing where she's at, and so I don't know, it just like seems really cool. But yeah, he wanted to be, it says, a formidable adversary, and he just looks like creepy and weird, and like you just don't know where he's coming from, and I am all about that because. Like, the little, like the cookie cutter of how you make a James Bond film looks like it's a little bit different this time.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that Rami's the villain, like, is he going to get defeated? Probably. Like, I mean, I'm not, like, not surprised, but it's just like he looks good and he looks creepy as hell. And like, I don't know, I'm so excited.
I'm looking forward. I need to catch up because I haven't watched the most recent James Bond that happens before this one. And I know that they're all sort of like, because there's been 3 Daniel Craig movies so far. I haven't seen the third one.
Did you see Casino Royale?
I've seen Casino Royale. I've seen Quantum of Solace. I haven't seen the one after Quantum of Solace.
What was the last one? Hold on. Where's it? Like
James Bond, My Nuts Still Hurt.
I don't think that's what it's called.
That's what the second one should have been called.
Skyfall. Wait, no, Spectre.
Oh, I did. Oh, okay. I saw Skyfall. I haven't seen Spectre all the way through.
Spectre is the new one. Okay. I mean, new one. That was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Casino Royale was the 2006, Quantum Solace 2008, Skyfall, and then Spectre.
If I've seen Spectre, I haven't seen it all the way through. I think I watched it in
James
spaces.
Bond, My Nuts Still Hurt. Is that
James Bond,
that's,
My Nuts Still Hurts.
That's Spectre's like.
That was actually
attack.
that actually happened before Quantum of Solace. That was like,
Oh, that was between Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace. Was
yeah,
the ball still
yeah.
a little,
James
I got
Bond,
it.
My Nuts Still Hurt.
My nuts. I'm sorry, I keep saying balls. Yeah, nuts. Okay.
Either way.
Cool. I have to. I maybe need to look. Nope, I'm not looking that up. Nope.
Yeah. Google that one.
That one. Nope. I was like, the headless engineer took my computer away because I keep looking for stuff.
Why are you searching James Bond's balls hurt?
No, Ryan said it was
Which you could find a variety of things if you Google that. You would probably find the actual clip. You'd probably find the porn parody of it. And yeah.
That was like, never. You know what? Okay. Anyways, did you know that Daniel Craig's middle name is Rotten?
I didn't. Did you know Daniel Craig was in Star Wars Episode 7?
Oh, was he one of the? He's one of the stormtroopers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like a bunch of other stormtroopers. Yeah. Yeah. Rotten, not like Rotten, like bad, but WROUGH.
Rotten.
Fancy.
Daniel Rotten.
Craig.
I wonder if
it should be like flipped or something. Like it should be like Daniel Craig Rotten, you know?
Or Rotten Daniel Craig.
Yeah. It's because his nuts still hurt.
James Bond, I need an ice pack.
James Bond, get me a bag of frozen peas.
Yeah. But like you're going, like I'm looking forward to seeing Rami as a villain. Javier Bardem was a fantastic villain.
Ooh, see, like he creeps me out from
exactly.
From
That's
no,
why.
No Country for Old Men. I'm like, I won't touch that with a 10-foot pole. Like, no way.
But then, like, there was like my brother brought up, you know, there was like weird sexual tension between him and James because like Javier was like, "Do you like me, James?" It was like, yeah, this dude's just kind of messing with his mind.
Oh my god. Anyways.
Gonna get those views up with my awesome shoulders and my little moves.
Because you can. Did you say your little moobs?
Moves. No, not my moobs.
You said moobs. With your tiny man breasts.
I'm trying to Terry Crews it, but it. See, I can make him flex. Oh, that's a visual I shouldn't have done. Anyway.
You said moobs. I'm sorry.
Speaking of moobs, let's go on to David Grohl.
Gosh. Okay. Have you looked at this yet? Because it's amazing.
I know of it. I haven't. I think the wife showed me a little bit of it.
Okay,
but he's doing the battle back and forth.
Let's table this till next week. Let's both watch through it again.
Okay.
So we can talk, because you will love it from the Foo Fighters Dave Grohl side of things, because he is a national treasure.
Basically, Dave Grohl being awesome with a young.
Yeah, she's 10 years old. She's like a crazy good drummer, and they just took this to the ultimate thing. But yeah, let's watch it together.
Okay.
And then I'm not together, but let's just watch it, and then we'll talk about it next week, because it's hysterical. And
okay.
It's super cute, and it's really creative. So.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I've seen it all over Twitter.
Yeah.
And the news. I just haven't watched it yet, so I will check that out because.
So cute. Anyways,
I love it when kids can frickin' rock on the drums.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's awesome. It's just like, man, because I play drums. I'm horrible at it because I lose the beat. But I'm like, when I'm seeing someone who's young and is well on it, I'm like, yeah. So,
yeah.
Or any instrument for that matter. Let's see.
Talk Harley?
Yeah, so this story isn't all completely about Harley Quinn, but Harley Quinn TV show that was on the DC Universe app. Their version of Netflix, basically. Like Marvel, they're like, hey, we're going to release this digital service. We're going to have...
It's animated, right?
Yes, Harley Quinn is animated. So DC Universe, they're like, hey, we're going to have our own streaming service / comic book service. Digital comic book service. And they had their original programming. They had the Harley Quinn. They had Doom Patrol. They had not Teen Titans, but another Titans, just Titans. And they were releasing their own stuff. They're changing things up. The good news is the shows are still going to exist. Harley Quinn got picked up for season 3. It is a really good cartoon. Do not let Short Round watch it.
Okay, that was my question. Okay.
It is rated R.
Okay.
The cast.
I have life lesson number 4. Just because it's animated doesn't mean it's for kids.
Yeah, it is violent. Yeah, I mean, Rick and Morty, you'll see things blow up. This is like when you see the Joker fighting someone or Harley. Yeah, hammer to the face, blood, teeth flying everywhere. Okay. So yeah,
got it.
Short Round can watch it when she's like 14. But the casting is great. I forget her name, but the girl from Big Bang Theory, Penny.
Kaylee Cuoco.
Yes, she's Harley Quinn.
Oh, okay, right on. I could see her.
Alan Tudyk, who he's in so much.
I know who you're talking about.
Firefly. He was a Captain Firefly. Everyone knows. He plays the Joker. He plays He plays Clayface. He plays a whole bunch of different. It's a funny show. But anyway, DC Universe is changing its format. DC Universe is dropping all the shows. Those are all going to HBO Max.
Right.
And DC Universe is just going to focus on the digital comics.
Okay.
To where, like, here's all of our old stuff. Here are new comics. And by new comics, if a comic book came out this Tuesday, it would be available on the DC Universe app. I think I'm calling it right. In 6 months. Marvel does the same thing. You get new issues, but you've got to wait 6 months.
Okay.
So they're switching that up. I want to say they're going to be doing that in January, but all the shows still exist.
Okay.
Titans was a really good show. I didn't finish it, but I enjoyed it. It's a live action one. Doom Patrol's live action. I love Doom Patrol because I keep forgetting people's names when I'm trying to talk. Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser is a character on Doom Patrol. And I'm like, yay, he's back because he plays he voices the robot character and he does so good. Yeah. Plus he's just Brendan Fraser. So yeah. See, that's the change. Yeah, and Cinema. God, I love Cinema. No, squeezing the juice. So,
the ways in the juice.
So yeah, if you are a DC fan, that stuff's moving over to HBO Go as far as the shows go. Max, thank you. But if you like the comic books, they're going to be switching it up to where it's just a comic book thing. So as far as streaming services, I know for comic books, there's Marvel Unlimited, DC. I think it's called DC Universe is what it's called. Yeah, DC Universe, and then there's Comixology.
Okay.
And for lack of a better word,
just like a not Marvel or DC.
It's everything. It's like I've been reading the Dark Horse. I've been reading the Dark Horse Omnibus stuff.
Okay.
There's also Dark Horror. No.
It's like parkour, but not
Dark Horror. But in the dark.
Oh my. Anyways.
Yeah, Comixology just used to be a digital. You could buy any kind of comic book digitally through them. Now they have a selection of like, hey, pay this much a month. You can have these for free. You can't have them, but you can read them and whatnot. So.
Okay.
So that's my geekiness.
Cool, and I'm definitely gonna have to check that out because that sounds like fun. I need to finish Rick and Morty first though, which I'm almost done because I will get to season 4.
Harley Quinn, the series reminds me of another Adult Swim cartoon, which I mentioned to you earlier, the Venture Brothers.
I need to give that a try as well.
And it's just as wacky as Venture Brothers. In fact, Mark Bernard from Fat Man and what is it? I keep forgetting the name.
Fat Man Beyond.
Yeah, Fat Man Beyond. When he referenced it when it first came out. Yeah. When he referenced it, he was like, it reminds me of Venture Brothers. And I watched it and like, oh yeah, this has that same insane feel to it, but it's just funny.
Noted. All right. Venture Brothers it is. I'll give it a try.
Yeah, there's a lot of those.
All right. I keep shaking my tea because I want to leave some because I always have it empty and I was like keep wanting to drink it. But like, see, like I left some, not much.
So what's the remainder of your tea, Rizzo?
So 2 weeks ago I did Earl Grantham, right?
Yes.
And I was sort of, no offense, I was scrambling to figure out a tea this morning because I just have like a billion of them and I could just like hand whatever. So I picked out Earl of St. James, which have I done it before?
I don't think so.
I don't think I have. Anyways, but if I have, it's good enough to do it twice.
Delicious.
So it's another Earl Grey tea, and I thought about it for our kind of like tea tips and things like that, as I figured I would tell you since I've done all the like a lot of Earl Greys, what is an Earl Grey tea, and we could like learn about that a little bit today. So I'll tell you about Earl of St. James first. It's an Earl Grey tea, and it's a floral Earl Grey tea. I've told you that I like to ingest my flowers. Rose, cornflower, lavender. So super floral, great with white sugar, no milk, and I love it because it's just kind of like it's a black tea, so it's a little like not heavier, but just has a little bit more
thicker,
body.
Yeah.
And then with the floral notes, it just
whimsical.
It's a very like you really have to like flowers to enjoy this tea. There's a lot of people that do not like this tea. There's a counterpart called Earl a la Creme, I mean, a lot of people prefer a little bit more, but I like the floral aspect, and it's one of my favorite teas for sure.
Nice.
So now, do you know what makes a tea an Earl Grey tea?
I don't.
Okay, so it's a tea blend, and what makes it an Earl Grey is oil of bergamot is in it. And what bergamot is, it's Bergamot, bergamot.
Brickamole.
It is, yeah, it is the rind of an orange,
Okay.
basically. And it's the oil that you get out of that. And generally, those orange, yeah, the orange, like the bergamot orange, is only out of Italy or France, basically.
Okay.
So, yeah, and then you use like the oil from the rind of that orange to basically like flavor the black tea, even though it's and Earl Grey is like my favorite. I'm not the ironic thing is I'm not huge on citrus most of the time, but I love Earl Grey.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
my favorite, like my foray into tea was having like they call them London fogs, I guess is kind of like the sort of stage name for them, but it's a tea latte that's made with Earl Grey, and so it's the steamed milk with vanilla like syrup in it plus the tea, and it's unbelievably good.
That sounds really tasty.
Opinion. Yeah, it's really good. So now my stomach's growling. Oh my gosh, Chewbacca. Anyway.
Yesterday it was a nice morning, so I made some tea for myself and the missus, and she had sampled the winter mint rooibos, cold when I did sun tea with it. She's like, "I bet this is really good hot." So we had the hot yesterday, and she really liked it.
I'll send you more. That's good.
Yeah, I was like, yeah. So that one's quite tasty, and it's with the weather getting cooler, it's really nice. So.
Yeah, it's and then when you hit like I don't know, just when it gets a little bit cooler. Try Hearthside. Was it Hearthside that I got you right?
Hearthside toddy, yeah. I think.
Yeah, give that a try.
Okay.
For sure, I want to see what you think about it. It's like perfectly fall tea though. It's super good. So
yeah.
Anyways,
I've been shaking the tea bags before I, put the tea in my diffuser, and I've been paying attention.
Just pay attention to what ingredients are supposed to be in there, and make sure you see them in your, you know what I mean, like when you're actually scooping up the leaves. So
then up at work, I have some not the tea that you bought, but the Republic of Tea that I've had, access to for years. I actually paid attention to the steeping time on that, and it was actually a better ginger peach that time. So yay!
Oh yeah, it's gonna be something lighter because it's a white tea for sure.
Yeah.
And also I'll just give another little quick tip. Be careful about how long you keep your tea for, because it's just not going to be as flavorful. Like, let's say if you've had like tea bags in your pantry or something,
right?
You know what I mean? Just, fresher is better.
Okay.
Ooh, swapping things.
Fresh is better. Where's my tea? Where's my tea? Okay.
All right. Was that Kermit or Bert and Ernie? What was that?
It's probably more Kermit. Kermit the Frog.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Zip. See, has the tea meme. That's the Kermit meme. Good job.
Not that I know anything.
Yeah, that's right.
But that's none of my business. All right.
So sip the tea. Oh, wait. It's gone. Anyways.
Are you wanting to play a game or talk about MacGyver? Because I'm really confused.
That's actually both. Are you ready? Would you like to play a game?
Yes.
Sorry. Anyways.
Yes, I would.
Okay. So, short round. Sorry, back up. On Monday nights, we go visit our in-laws and have like a Monday night family dinner. And short round decided this past Monday. Oh, did you rewind? You backed up? Good job.
Yeah, backed up.
Yeah. She was like, well, let's take a game. I'm like, oh, okay, fine. Like nothing, we don't want to like carry in like, some massive thing or whatever. And so she picked a game called Who Would Win? And on the front, you can see it says Elvis versus Oprah. Those are just examples. But the basis of the game, I was telling Ryan, I thought, it was super fun. We were laughing our heads off like the entire time. And it says it's supposed to be for like, ages 12 and up, but it's fine. Like she played fine and it was cute. So you have a random event or something that these celebrities are going to have to do. and I gave Ryan an example, and it was fire walking, right? I pulled the event, it was fire walking, and it was between Edgar Allan Poe and Mick Jagger. And I was like, pretend, play, go. And he said, basically, the more drugs you take, the more invincible you become. So therefore, Mick Jagger would win. And I was like, right, good, yeah, exactly.
And Poe was kind of a whiner, so he probably wouldn't do it. He'd just go brood in a corner somewhere.
The practical one is, Mick Jagger's still alive, so he has the, capacity to walk across fire. So therefore, he would be by default the one that would win, those kind of things. But that's just kind of like the easy out way. Yeah. So we decided that we were going to play.
Okay.
So I'm just going to, on the spot, just pick a random event. All right.
I know I know how the game's played, but I do not know what cards are about to be drawn.
Yeah. And so we're just going to try this out because it's pretty good. So I'm going to flip over. I already saw the event. I'm just going to do these ones. Okay. So your event today, Ryan, is darts.
Darts.
Almost starred. Darts. Something. Or just dread. And your...
Okay.
Oh, this is good. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh my God, seriously.
Darts.
MacGyver, which I'll tell you the story. That's really weird. Isn't that weird? Or Jacques Cousteau.
Jacques.
And I will read this. Jacques Cousteau is a French oceanographer. His quote is, "Mankind has probably done more damage to the Earth in the 20th century than in all of previous human history." Way to go, guys. Way to go. And MacGyver is a resourceful TV secret agent. And his quote is, "Any problem can be solved with a little ingenuity." While you are thinking about, do you already know who's going to win darts?
I'm debating with myself in my head.
Okay. I will tell the MacGyver story while you're thinking about things, okay? So the way this is set up, this was my father-in-law. It was really funny. It was the headless engineer, short round, my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, and they were the ones that were doing the guessing, and I was kind of the moderator of the game. Just this happened to be this time. I just wanted to kind of moderate for them. And so my father-in-law got MacGyver, and the event was kissing. I was like, okay, right, all right, so let's see. Okay, and the headless engineer got Zorro. Short round got Madonna. And my mother-in-law got Napoleon, and I was like, all these one-named people. You don't need no last names with these people.
Yeah.
Anyway, so my father-in-law says, okay, well, MacGyver's going to go, and he's going to go to San Francisco and eat lobster bisque. And I was like, what are you even talking about? Like, so he's going through a story, and he's like, okay. And then he's going to hitch a ride down the coast, and he's going to go down to somewhere, and he's going to go find the seals, and he's going to blow his breath in in their faces so that the seals will kiss him. I was like, that is really inventive. And I suppose I didn't say it had to be like interspecies. It could be interspecies. So that's just the kind of logic you need to have in this game. So,
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, I mean, so you can really be out there with MacGyver and seals and lobster bisque and making out. I don't know. Anyways. So, Ryan, who's going to win at darts? Jacques Cousteau or MacGyver?
Well, looking past the fact one's fictional and one's dead.
Okay, that's fine, yeah.
I'm going to say Jacques Cousteau because he seems more like the guy that would be, after he has, explored the ocean and whatnot, he seems more like the person who's going to be in the bar. He's going to be drinking, he's going to be telling his stories, and he's going to eventually start doing darts.
Okay.
Now, MacGyver, he would probably do well at darts, but he would be thinking of ways to bounce the dart off so many different things to get it to one location or make his own dart out of
potato and
duct tape, some sort of like hairpin from someone nearby. So I'm going to say Jacques Cousteau just because I think Jacques Cousteau has more dart experience, dart playing experience.
He's gonna let himself go after, because he goes and he explores the sea, but doesn't do anything, and he needs to take his anger, not anger, but he's
he wants to get amongst the people that can talk to him, tell them how much they suck because we're destroying the ocean.
Good call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, now imagine this is a piece of trash, and that trash is now in the ocean of the dartboard. I don't know why he sounds like this all of a sudden because he's French, but anyway.
It's okay. That's fine. Maybe that's what he sounds like.
So,
Post-mortem. It's fine.
Not a funny response, but that's what I'm going to go with Jacques.
I think that's good. So thank you. Yeah. So this was the we're gonna try this out, kids. Couple weeks at least. See, but I
Have
like
you,
putting Ryan on the spot.
speaking of
And
MacGyver, have you watched the new MacGyver?
no,
Neither have I.
I know there's an episode that has the Impractical Jokers on it, which makes me want to watch it because I love that show. But
And I want to say like an actor I've followed, Dash. I always can. He's popped up in a lot of stuff. I want to say he plays Moriarty. I'm like, oh, that's interesting, but
okay.
I still think of Richard Dean Anderson. I've tried watching those episodes, but that was a good mullet.
Yeah, it was.
Also, MacGyver wasn't fans of sharp objects really because he didn't like guns, he didn't like weapons, so I don't think he'd be that good with handling a dart.
That's true, because like you said on his quote, it's ingenuity. It doesn't have to be like brute force and like stabby things.
He would probably use a dart to get out of a locked space.
Yeah, or he would use it to like write a note on some sort of something that has like a like he'd use that as like a utensil to carve something and like do a message or something.
If they get locked in the bar while they're playing the game, Jacques gonna be like, just making shot after shot. MacGyver's like, I need to borrow one of these, and he's gonna make a key out of the dart.
Right, exactly.
So yeah. Cool.
Did you see the name of my recipe?
The Headless Engineer's Junk. It is a great meal to eat while you're watching James Bond. My nut still hurts.
Anyways, okay.
So tell me about the Engineer's Junk.
It is. I couldn't think of a name. What you doing over there?
I don't know. Tell me about the junk.
I didn't know what to call it because it was very much like a throw together like meal.
Okay.
And we were both like hungry and didn't want to like think about anything, and so I sort of called it like AKA like a stovetop casserole.
Okay.
Is it kind of like a glorified hamburger helper? Maybe, maybe not. Didn't come out of the box, just put everything together. But we had ground beef.
Okay.
And so we started with 1.25 pounds of that. And then I had this can of cream of celery soup that we hadn't done anything with because I probably had it for a recipe or something, just like something. And we just never used it. So I was like, well, let's just throw that in there because that's very, like, it's a good creamy, like, pulls things together. But it's not, like, super flavorful, like, with onion or chicken or whatever. And it's just, like, let's put that in there. We opted for, like, a ready rice pack. And then we take different flavors and whatnot. And we just use, like, a garlic and herb, I think. Ooh. And then a random can of veggies. And so we browned the beef, drained the fat, added the soup, and then we did the can's worth of milk to kind of even it out, and then warmed that. Cooked the rice, put the rice in once it was cooked. So you don't want it to get like too hot or too mushy or whatever, like when it's overcooked. And then at the end, cooked the veggies, mixed them in, and turned this like casserole thing. And nice. Between the three of us, we ate the entire pan full. Nice. And it was like, and I as I was eating it, I was thinking, okay, so
delicious junk.
Yes, if I did like lamb or chicken with basmati rice and like Greek spices, and something that like you could make like a Greek casserole, have it with like pita bread, just like we warmed up some little like, like the little frozen rolls, and you just pop them in the oven for a few minutes or whatever, and they warm up. It was so good and so easy, and like I said, I couldn't come up with a name.
I've done that a few times. Like, hey, ground meat of some sort. Now some black beans. Here's some tomatoes.
Yeah.
Spice.
Right. Yeah.
And we have a meal.
There you go. See, you can make things.
I can make them. I'm bad about writing down what I did.
This was literally off the top of my head. I didn't really even what it was. It's like, okay, so yeah, we have to thin out the soup with a little milk, like as you would do anyways. Once the meat's cooked, like you don't want to mix up all that stuff, and then just you can mix it up, or you could do like ground chicken with cream of chicken soup and make it like a chicken casserole with, I don't know, like corn and whatever else, and it's like almost like a chicken and dumplings, like if you did it over biscuits or something, like it could be good. So
I do have a chicken and dumplings recipe I should do sometime.
That sounds good.
I have a slow cooker, one that's really easy to make. I'll try to buzz since we're getting into cooler weather. I'll try to find that.
Well, you can have it with your heart side toddy.
Yes.
I know.
While I watch James Bond, my nuts still hurt.
Anyways, yeah, so I had my little breakfast that I never got to. I need to go before Chewbacca takes over the show.
Are you RoboCop? What are you eating?
What? Okay, what did you think this was?
Well, it looks like baby food.
It's applesauce.
You are RoboCop.
AKA, okay, baby food.
You're not going to get that reference, are you? You haven't seen
I don't
RoboCop,
know.
have you?
Oh, no.
You were such a child of the 80s, but you didn't watch any of the 80s cinema.
Well, when was RoboCop out?
80s.
Okay, well, yeah, I guess. I mean, I guess I could like do the whole like look for it. We probably have it. Like I'm looking at my.
You don't have to watch all of them because it changes up actors, but RoboCop 1 and 2, you know. But there's a scene because after he's been cyborged, I think. Yes, that's what he is.
Okay. Yeah.
The only thing he
He's
can
like,
eat is pureed food. And so there's one scene like one guy's like, tastes like baby food. And it's just mashed up fruit.
Maybe I am RoboCop.
1987.
You don't know. Yeah, my 4-year-old self was walking around eating baby food and being RoboCop. You don't know. I could be RoboCop. You have no idea.
With Peter
You know what I do
Weller.
with my spare time.
Ronnie
Even though
Cox.
I have like 72 jobs and things to do. And this, which you can listen to on anchor.fm /Ryan Rizzo.
Or Pocketcast.
Or
evidently,
iTunes, I know. Yeah, or YouTube if you'd like to do the visual consumption of the show.
That's why we send everyone to Anchor, because it has the links of where we are everywhere, so that's just easier. We could do the mcwillie.com /podcast. That's got the links as well, and you can listen to the show there.
So many options.
But
what a nice thing to do, Ryan. Good job. You could also, if you have questions or need to talk with us about if your nuts still hurt, or you need to eat baby food, or you want to talk about other things.
Email us and tell us what you thought about James Bond. My nuts still hurts.
Is this the because remember we came up with the idea for the like time traveling Keanu like Field of Dreams thing movie? Is this like our second pitch? We could come up with something.
Yeah, this is the in between, because you've heard of a prequel, you heard of a sequel. What about a quill? I don't know what to call it.
No, it's a sneakquel because it sneaks in between them.
Oh, I had a fun thought the other day.
Our copyright now.
I had a fun thought about Tenet the other day. If he makes another Tenet movie, is it the prequel or the sequel?
Is it called Net?
Because
Netin?
time's a little bit everywhere.
It's very fluid in this show.
Yeah.
Time is here and time is there, and here we are. Call it Netin.
Netin. James David Washington. Or David James Washington. John David Washington. Netin.
Denzel Washington's son is.
See, I mean, I could just say that, but I want it he's a really good actor, so it's like
give credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, that's okay. I just, it's all good.
Both really good actors.
Fun. Let's do this again sometime, okay?
I guess we'll do it next week.
Oh, Ryan and Rizzo at gmail.com, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Also in the socials, if you want to see what we post.
Ryan and Rizzo.
Yeah, just
there
search.
Were some interesting things this week. Your butt papers, my lord, or butt napkins, right?
Your butt napkins. Yeah.
Did you order it? Is it coming from Amazon?
No, because the cats would probably knock that off or knock it over 1,000 times. Because
it'd be really good for Halloween, and I really think that you and I should be ramping up for Halloween a lot, because is that your favorite holiday?
It is not a favorite holiday, but it's one I will have because I do this for the wife and I do a 31 days of Halloween watch list.
That's what we do too.
And
that's funny that you do
and
that.
I'm trying to, I'm bad every year about doing it, but the idea is to go on the weekends, watch a horror flick or a scary movie or something Halloween-based movie.
It could be like Hocus Pocus, but it's
right,
still like
exactly.
Halloween. Yeah.
But during the week, when you don't have as much time, and since there's so many streaming services, and we happen to have a few of them, we try to find the Halloween episodes of TV shows, like the old Treehouse of Horror, Home Improvement, Roseanne, and not just current stuff. I mean,
that's a good idea.
Like, you could just cheat and watch a show like Supernatural, which is, all paranormal, but Supernatural has Halloween episodes. So I try to stick to that stuff.
Okay, that's a really good idea. And I think let's plan for next week's show, since we're getting very close to October. Let's talk about some shows and movies and suggestions.
What
do you think?
Now I have homework. Is it next week? We probably need to. Yeah, probably next week. Since, it's the 27th next week. That makes sense. Yeah. I'll try to at least get week 1 done, and then we'll post it online or something.
Oh, we don't have to do that. Like, you don't have to have a thing, but just maybe some suggestions of, I didn't think of that for this.
Yeah, and that's
Mine's going to be pretty mainstream, but yours there's probably a little more outside the box.
No, mine are pretty mainstream. Like, since we're watching Parks and Rec, we just hit a lot of the holiday episodes. Like, we can do this for a Halloween one. Or like Eureka. Eureka has one that we're going to watch around Christmas because it is the whole thing is animated and it's claymation. And we're like, let's wait till the holiday watch this because it's kind of corny, but it'd be a good watch.
Nightmare Before Christmas. You can watch it for Halloween and you can watch it for Christmas. It's great.
I watch it on Thanksgiving.
Do you really?
I don't know. That's when I would watch it, though.
Is it the sneakquel between Thanksgiving and Christmas?
It's the sneakquel. The Nightmare Before My Nuts Still Hurt.
Oh my God. Bless you, Daisy. Bless you.
Sneezy cat.
She's allergic to you saying my nuts still hurt too many times.
Well, it's not my problem.
How many times do you say it? 11.
11 on this episode 12.
All right.
Well, we're gonna go find a chair that has a weave basket bottom and rip out the bottom and just see what happens. So.
Wait, baby food.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Okay.
Bye.
So, bye everyone. See you next time.
Ryan and Rizzo is a part of the Musing with McWillie Creative Network. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan and Rizzo. For more info about the show, go to mcwillie.com/podcast.
I like to do the blah blah. McWillie.com.